I want to say to governments of Africa, you charge a tourist a visa. You charge very expensive. You should know that once he don't come, you have restricted that tourist from spending his euros in my country. You have restricted that tourist to spend dollars in your country. You have restricted that tourist to spend his pound in your country. Yet, on the visa, you would even look for 500 pounds. But if you come in your country where there's no visa, you spend more than 5,000 pounds. All that money will remain in our country. That's how we grow the continent. That's how we are going to grow our economy. But some restrictions are just restricting the growth of our economy. So COVID-19 should teach us a lesson for Africa, because here we talked about those coming into Africa. What about those of us within Africa? This was the time of saying, for African governments, for 3 years, let African people mingle, let African people move, let African people travel, let African people feel free, so that we can run around quickly to grow our economy. But I'm sure this will be argued. What we are going to hear is that when Corona is now gone, each and every African who is in another country must go and look for 15 days or 10 days and they must go back home. How is he going to go back home when there's no money? Because for 6 months, this African who is in that country did not work. The economy had closed. Now, if you tell him that, come and get 30 days for you to return back home or to work out and find means, how is he going to get the money? To go back home or continue staying? And why should you give him 30 days? Because for 6 months, he was grounded or she was grounded. This was the time that Africa as a whole could give free movement holiday, we can say, movement holiday to say, you can move as much as you can while we build our economy. So that each and every African must run faster, each and every African must loiter, must toil to make sure that we patch up what has been damaged. We build up the bridge that has been destroyed. We mend what has been lost and reclaim the economy that we have lost in 6 months. We call upon, of the utopian philosophy today, we call upon African Union, we call upon East African Community, we call upon Southern African Development Community, SADC, because we cannot call ECOWAS. ECOWAS, there's free movement of people. But we can still call on them because members and citizens of ECOWAS are crossing into Eastern African region, Southern African region, including North African region. African Union should think as one head. Don't think as 54 heads or 55 heads. Think as one head. The troubles that Africa faced today was an African problem. It was not Cameroonian problem. It was not South African problem. It was not Zambian problem. It was not Egyptian problem. It was African problem. To the large extent, it was global problem. Therefore, when we are finding solutions, when we are dealing with the matter of the downfall of our economy, let's think as one head. For Africa, we have to think, how can we ease some of the stupid restrictions so that our people should be free to move around, to maneuver. And don't forget, African economy is not corporate. African economy is the informal. We believe in toiling. We believe in carrying on the hand. And I will say this. Just because borders were closed in Southern African region, the US dollar has been very expensive to each and every currency in Southern African region. You know why? Because the economy was down. And I want to say clearly here, because when COVID-19 was found us in this Southern African region, we should say, what was closed were movement of people, but goods were allowed to move, meaning that fuel, goods, food, consumables were able to move from one place to another. But still, the economy is down. Now, it must be, this is an alert to you leaders. You can't say that the economy is down, yet goods were still moving. There was movement of goods. it explains that the movement of goods in corporate world could not put a dent on the economy of Africa, because African economy is informal. But once you just open the borders for people to move, go and come in, you will find that in the next 3 months, the economies of Africa, particularly South Africa region, is growing up, is moving ahead. Therefore, I want to appeal to African leaders. Now that you have eased, the coronavirus is gone, you need to meet now, one-on-one, not virtual. Come on a conference in Botswana or in South Africa. Where is the head of, where is, in Mozambique, because that's where the chairperson is. Go and meet in Mozambique now, so that you can put your heads together and find a way on how the economy of Southern Africa region can be redeemed. That's very important. And Eastern African region do the same. ECOWAS do the same. North African region do the same. Because if you don't do this, we have another 2-3 years of struggle without any dent of our economy moving ahead. Fellow Africans, it's time to think. It's time to think, and it's time to change our mindset. We are poor people, we are suffering without energy, we are suffering without clean water, we are suffering without food. And as I speak to you today, the credits, the debt that Africa has acquired in these 6 months of COVID-19, it will take us another 20 years for Africa to pay back from where it came from. Obviously, it's come from Western world or Eastern world. China, Europe, America. But are we not ashamed, Africans, that even in America, there is that pandemic. Even in Europe, the pandemic has affected them, including China, where it came from. Now, why should we borrow money from the people that are so affected? How special are we? It's not special, but it's being stupid. It's being a continent of stupid people that when they are affected by problems, they believe in begging. And you should know that nobody in this place, nobody in this world, nobody, no living being can give you help when he or someone else is in trouble. There's no way Europe will feed Africa when it is hungry. Now, when you see them donating A, B, C, these PPEs, when you see them donating equipment, you must know that there are some guarantees that African countries are exchanging with the people that are giving masks. And they give us masks and we lose diamonds. They give us sanitizer, hand sanitizer, we give them our palladium. They give us their mosquito nets, they give us ventilators, and you should know, if it's ventilators, we are going to lose oil, gas, gold, platinum, you name them. Now, is that person helping us or is milking us? Fellow citizens, I wanted us to think, as we open the economy of Africa, we need to think seriously. Time has come when we should look at home. What is it that we have in Africa that we can do? First, think about energy as Africa. Second, think about clean water as Africa. Third, think about Africa on poverty. We have all that is required. The minerals are ours. The water is ours. Everything is ours. We can just think to harness with the proper intelligence. Thank you very much. Today, that is what we could talk. Let's meet again on another Saturday. I am BANTU SAUNDERS JUMAH, the Utopian himself. You are all great people. Thank you very much.